All of you in the audience have success stories like these, but there's another aspect of Vasconcelos' success that you may or may not share. It has strong support from the government of the state of Veracruz. I'm very pleased to recognize a special guest here today who demonstrates this commitment. The Governor of Veracruz, the Honorable Fidel Herrera Beltran, is here today. Thank you, Governor, and thank you for being here. So, your support of this program, the Vasconcelos program, is quite wonderful. And we acknowledge that to you, and we thank you greatly for everything that you do in its behalf. The Secretary of Education, Victor Arredondo, also here today, set up the Vasconcelos program. He helps oversee it, and he makes sure it gets the funding it needs. In fact, the government has recently set aside more money to buy additional buses and computers. For so many of you and your colleagues, this is the missing ingredient. You understand the importance of what you do, but the people who make decisions about public funding do not necessarily have that same appreciation. It's really critical that those who decide how to allocate government money understand the importance of public libraries. That they understand the role you play in making whole societies healthy, wealthy, and wise. That's part of the reason we give the Access to Learning Award, to bring attention to the wonderful work that you're doing. I hope you'll keep bringing attention to yourselves, because all of you can tell stories like Vasconcelos can. Nobody who hears these stories can deny their power. I was particularly moved by the story of a Mexican woman who uses a web camera to talk to her husband who was in the United States earning money for his family. She says, and I quote, "Vasconcelos helped my children know their father." In keeping with the theme of showing how technology brings people closer together, I would like to extend warm congratulations to the Vasconcelos staff in Veracruz. They are watching this ceremony. Thank you. They're watching via video teleconference. They arrived at work today for what they believe to be a special training session, only now to discover that they are receiving this much-deserved honor. To all of you, for all your hard work, I say, muchas gracias. So with that, I would like to present the Access to Learning Award to Governor Herrera. I would also ask that Victor Arredondo come to this stand, and Mario Fernandez, General Coordinator for the Vasconcelos program, join the Governor here on the stage.
Vasconcelos staff, the people and the government of the state of Veracruz, I accept this award, which is a great honor, as a commitment to improve and expand our work And I thank from the bottom of our heart to the Gates family and to the Gates Foundation for this great honor. Muchas gracias. En nombre de todo el proyecto Vasconcelos, a los que nos ven allá en Veracruz y a través de la radio y la televisión en todos sus hogares, en las comunidades indígenas del Estado, acepto este gran honor como un compromiso para hacer mucho más y le expreso mi gratitud a la Fundación Gates, a la familia Gates, por este gran honor. Muchas gracias. Our gratitude. Pour express la gratitude au Québec, au Canada, je expresse au nom du peuple du projet Vasconcelos et du gouvernement de Veracruz notre appréciation pour cet hommage et nous compromettons le travail de tous les veracruzanos pour améliorer notre projet Vasconcelos. Merci, muchas gracias. Gracias.
Many thanks for your kind comments, Mr. Gates. There are two reasons to be proud and honored in receiving the ATLA Award for 2008. First, as typically the case with innovative ideas, at the start of this initiative there were just a few who believed that Vasconcelos could have a relevant social impact. This recognition represents a magnificent incentive for all those involved in the project, including the community members who benefit from it. Second, we are delighted to receive this important award from a foundation that today is a global reference. And by that I mean a model to follow around the world. Led by positive thinkers, other philanthropic organizations should join efforts and create functional synergies under the conviction that we can overcome the challenges of our planet through alliances and networking. It is a great distinction to be the recipient of an award that comes from a foundation which promotes access to learning as the primary means to alleviate poverty, increase self-esteem, and empower the small community. I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Bill Gates Sr. and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for the support they provide to projects that improve people's lives throughout the world. Its contribution for digitizing public libraries in Mexico has expanded free access to the online cultural and information services. For example, in Veracruz, our home state, we are talking about computerizing and connecting more than 362 public libraries by next year. This award will add strength to Vasconcelos. It will enable us to sustain and extend our mission of advancing educational equity in the most marginalized of our communities. Let me give you some background about Veracruz in order to understand the rationale behind Vasconcelos' program. Straddling the Gulf Coast of central Mexico, Veracruz is a lone state that rises from sea level to steep mountains toward the west. Its rock topography and highly dispersed rural population are the main factors of having many small villages of difficult access. Although there are about 20 medium-sized cities which account for 2/3 of its population, the rest is dispersed in more than 20,000 rural locations with fewer than 500 inhabitants who lack the most basic services and facilities. 10% of the people living in these villages speak only an indigenous language. As well as remoteness and isolation, high rates of unemployment, poverty, adult illiteracy, and out-migration challenge these rural communities. The most recent census estimates that approximately more than 340,000 migrants from Veracruz now live in the United States.